everyone and welcome back to my channel. Myself Dr. Supisani. Hope you are doing great. Now today I come forward to talk about the another topic of the oral pathology lecture, that is the Taurodontism. Tauro means bull and dont means tooth. Again, as our name suggests, it is defined as a bull tooth. It is seen in the cud chewing animals. These type of the tooth, which are termed as Taurodontism tooth or the Taurodont tooth, basically the body of the expense is very enlarged at the apex of the root. That means the body is enlarged at the expense of the roots, right? The enlargement of the body and the root, in which there is the bifurcation of the root and the apical displacement of the pulp chamber is there. If we see the etiology or the cause of the Taurodontism, so the cause is the failure of the Hertwig epithelial root sheath to invade properly at the horizontal level. Clinically, it is most commonly seen in the second molar or the third molar. That too, in case it might be the unilateral or it might be the bilateral. The overall appears to be rectangular in shape if it is the Taurodont tooth. Clinically, the third point is the apico-occlusal distance is increased, or we can see the apico-occlusal distance or the measurement is increased in case of the Taurodont tooth. Diagnosis made on the radiograph depend upon the degree of the apical displacement of the roots. On the basis of that, the Taurodontism is classified into three types: mild, moderate and severe Taurodontism. The topic is the supernumerary roots. Again, as the name suggests, when there is the increased number of the root in a particular tooth, that is more than the normal number of the roots are present, that is known as the supernumerary roots. The cause is there is a finger-like projection is there that is in the Hertwig epithelial root sheath. Typically, the most commonly teeth involved as having a supernumerary roots are the mandibular cuspids, premolars and permanent molars. Followed by the clinical complication is seen while doing the RCT, that is the root canal treatment, or while doing the extraction of the tooth. Dilaceration. Again, as a name suggests, dilaceration is defined as any kind of the bend is there or the angulation is there, either at the cervical portion or at the midway portion of the root or at the apex of the root of the tooth. The etiological factors of the dilaceration, so it could be the presence of the cyst tumor or just like odontoma or something like that. Second cause could be the any trauma that is occurred during the formation of the tooth, right? Cause could be the avulsion. Followed by the clinical complication we see during the extraction of the dilacerated tooth, right? Or to do the RCT of the dilacerated tooth. The third clinical complication, they can lead to the delayed eruption of the permanent teeth which should become in the oral cavity on time, that is delayed. Followed by the most commonly tooth which is dilacerated are the permanent maxillary incisors. So that's all about the today's topic regarding the dilaceration. Thank you for watching.